Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. I just forgot something I wanted to talk to you about, so I just wrote a note because today I'm writing notes. That's what we're doing. How are you guys on this fine Monday morning? In case you don't know if you're new here, because I have new people constantly in here. Welcome to everyone. I'm probably going to have to change my battery in a few minutes because I recorded half of a video. Well, I recorded yesterday's video on here, which means I'm going to lose battery in a few minutes. But I'm running low on batteries. So we're going to use this one till it's dead, and then we're going to change the battery out. I don't have anything to drink today because my niece fills up her giant water bottle every day and uses up all of the ice in the ice maker. And I won't drink warm water. And I fixed myself a nice glass of ice water this morning. And I don't think my husband cleaned the cup properly because it tastes really bad. It tastes like it's a moldy cup. Because the cup has been in my daughter's bedroom because she left it there. As one of my big cups. And it tastes like mold. So I took a big old swallow of it, realizing I probably just ingested mold. And I'm highly allergic to mold, so I'm probably going to get sick. But other than that, everything is going swimmingly. On Monday here on the channel, I show you what I have made, what I've created in the past 7 days, and give or take. And then I talk about health update, life update, what is going on in my world. And because I'm pre-recording this on Friday, you're only getting really the Monday through Friday edition because the weekend has not happened yet. There's a knitting needle sticking out of my drawer. Another one on my desk that I just dropped on the floor. It's fine. Okay. Some of these things you already saw if you've watched all of the videos during the week. But I know from looking at the statistics and how many people asked me questions during the week that was already said in previous videos that you guys don't watch every single one of my videos. It hurts my feelings. It makes me cry into my pillow at night. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. My number one video is my Monday Makes videos. Everybody kind of watches that one. So I know that if you missed information, it's because you didn't watch the other videos. So maybe you didn't see all of these cool things that I have showed you throughout the week. Just maybe. Well, maybe you saw them all and you just don't care. And that's fine too. But we're still going to talk. We're going to talk about... We're also going to give an update on what I have planned for the upcoming week. Because I have some good stuff planned this week. It's just a matter of if I can actually pull it off. Okay, so let's get started with my makes. I actually made these in the previous week, but I forgot that they were in my bin of... Actually, they're in. Under here is a white bucket. They were in that white bucket with my scrap balls because the previous week, if you recall, I was using my scrap yarn to make all kinds of fun stuff. I made a whole baker's dozen of donuts. What else did I make last week? I don't remember what else, but I made a bunch of donuts. Oh, I made a cupcake, but I gave that to RJ's mom because she likes to bake a lot. And so I gave her the cupcake. She really, really was tickled by it. By the way, she really liked it. So that made me happy. But I also... with my scraps, I made 2 aquatic creatures, and I did show these in another video. These were scraps. These were not a pattern. These were no sew. So I didn't sew anything onto these. These were all just one piece. This one we're going to call a whale. A little tail. But also, my niece picked this up off the desk and goes, "Aunt Jenny, what is that?" And I'm looking, I'm like, "Why are you holding it like that? What is this?" I said, "What do you think it is?" She's all, "It looks like Dobby from Harry Potter." It's a whale. You're holding it the wrong way. Is a whale. She thought it looked like, it does look like Dobby. Okay, it does. It looks like a house elf. Her name is Hermione, so of course she would think it looked like Dobby, right? It's a little whale. It's a Dobby whale, okay? And then this one was supposed to be a whale. but his tail for some reason went sideways, so he's a shark. And his face is totally crooked, but that's okay, because it is just this little scrap project. He's a little, yeah, he's purple. He's a little purple shark. He looks kind of angry, and I don't know why. So, his fin is also facing the opposite. No, it's facing the same way. His fin just looks different. So I made these cute little critters. Alright. A lot of you have been calling this my menagerie because it's a whole collection of mostly animal creatures, which I think is adorable. I'm going to turn my light down a little bit. It's kind of blinding me. I don't think it needs to be that bright. We don't need to shine the light on my gray hairs that much. Actually, I have a cute amount of gray hairs, specifically down the middle, and I'm kind of proud of them, so I guess we will shine a light on my gray hairs because I also have a good bit coming in right here, and we're just going to let that happen. Because if my hair goes all the way gray, I will be happy. I like my gray hair. I have earned every gray hair that is on my head, as Grandma would say. Then, during the week, I made a small collection of bugs. And I talked about it, I think in Thursday's video of last week, about the reason and the inspiration behind the bugs. And I showed in greater detail that I'm not going to show you in greater detail today the inspiration. The inspiration for these bugs was from the Woobles kits, the bug kits. But like I've said 8,000 times on this channel at this point, I find the prices on the Wooble kits to be offensive. I will not pay for them. Like and what's really stupid and crazy here is like I asked for a Wooble kit for my birthday. For like the Halloween haunted house. Yeah, like I want the haunted house Woobles thing. It is expensive. I would never buy it. Not even for a gift for someone else. Would never. But if I received it for my birthday, I probably would cry. So I did, in fact, ask for that for my birthday. And hopefully my niece actually follows through and orders it. But, like, if I don't get it, I don't get it. Because I can probably replicate what's in the kit anyway. It's just, it's not, you know what I'm saying? You know. It's all a matter of principle. Like, I just won't pay the prices that the Wooble kits want. So, I showed last week that I realized that in my glorious stash, I had the exact perfect yarn for the bugs. And the bug set was another kit that I was like, really just, oh, that kit is cute. I'm not big on the branded amigurumi kits of any kind. I have been gifted kits. I have bought kits that were all licensed characters. So Lilo and Stitch, well, Stitch, and usually it's Stitch and Angel or Stitch and Scrump. I would really like Lilo, but I could make Lilo. That's not a problem. I have 2 sets that are Mickey Mouse characters. I have a set that is Winnie the Pooh, and I don't make them because I'm scared I'm going to screw them up and they're not going to actually look like the character. And because Disney is so a big part of my life, I don't want to screw those characters up. I also have Mr. Rogers' kit, which is up there. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And I bought it because it's Mr. Rogers. And like, you know, it's Mr. Rogers. Anyway, so the bug kit from the Woobles, I really wanted that. And I was ogling it. I was like, they have not only sparkly bugs, but glow-in-the-dark bugs. And so I scoured the internet looking for glow-in-the-dark Wooble style yarn and glitter style Woobles yarn. And what I came across was the Lion brand yarn, which I forgot that I had in my stash and found. And I have some right here. DIY Glow Cozy. This is the Woobles yarn. It's almost identical to the Woobles yarn, and it glows in the dark. And it comes in a multitude of colors, like neon green, which is showing up really blown out on the camera, pink, neon yellow, aqua, lilac, and it also comes in your traditional white glow-in-the-dark yarn, okay? I did, in fact, show that last week. And there goes my battery, so I'll be right back. See, we made it a good 10 minutes on that battery. All right, back to business. So I found my glow-in-the-dark yarns. I did order the ones I just showed you just so that I had all the, well, I didn't get all the colors, but I got most of the, maybe no. I don't know if I got all the colors or not. At this point, like, I don't remember. But they also have a chenille glow-in-the-dark yarn from Lion Brand, which feels really gross. So I use it limitedly. But this little caterpillar, he does in fact glow in the dark. And we're going to have to turn off my light to show you. But I'm going to charge them. I'm going to charge him real quick. I took the inspiration. I got my black light to charge them because my ring light won't charge them. Outside would charge them. Like, you have to charge a glow in the dark thing for it to glow. My black light charges them. So the caterpillar, I took inspiration from actually 2 different patterns. There's a Woobles caterpillar, but there's also there's another designer that is on my phone, which is charging, that I took inspiration from those 2 to make this guy. So he's not a pattern. He's not going to be a pattern. See, it looks green now because it's glowing. His antenna also glow. It's hard to see because I got the big light on, but the antenna glows, the purple part glows, and it glows green. See? Purple, green. He does in fact glow, okay? And then while we're glowing, I also made, I'm going to charge her, I made a lightning bug. And she also has the glow-in-the-dark wings that's made out of the chenille, which gives her kind of a moth vibe. See how much her butt glows? Her bottom is the, I think it's the white one. She glows a lot. Now keep in mind, we're not all the way in the dark because my big light is on. See how much she glows? Now, her wings do in fact glow. It's non-glowing, that's glowing. And her antenna also glow. Now the ladybug, the only thing on the ladybug that glows is the cheeks because I used the pink. His cheeks glow. I also have other glow stuff that I'm going to show you in a minute. I have to charge those. So we have the caterpillar. And yes, I ran out of the glitter backs. So he has 2 different colored eyes, but I think it gives him character. And this is my little caterpillar. Now, I absolutely misaligned his legs. They kind of go off to the side. That's alright. They're just little baubles. Isn't he stinking cute? And I honestly think he turned out cuter than the other 2 patterns that I was using for inspiration. Now when I say I used the pattern for inspiration, I didn't use the pattern for inspiration. I used the photograph advertising the pattern. I screenshotted it and I would open my phone and look at it and be like, I want to do this, but I want to do that differently. And so it's not actually, I didn't read anything on the pattern. I didn't open a page to look at I screenshotted the photograph and went from that. So yes, I used it for inspiration, but it is not at all the same anything, okay? Isn't he stinking cute? He's just the cutest little thing. And the reason I used the chenille yarn on him is because a lot of caterpillars have fuzzy furry bits. And I just think he's so stinking cute. And I love his big giant eyes. Now to show you the firefly in greater detail. I have been requested by a lot of people to do tutorials on the bugs. So we're going to do the caterpillar and we're going to do the firefly on the channel, but that's not going to be this week because what I'm going to show you in a couple minutes, I want to do that one first. Alright, so this is the firefly and she has purple eyes to match her purple antenna and her purple moth-like wings. She is very much a firefly. This is the Lion Brand glow-in-the-dark cozy. This is just regular old pink yarn. Though I think this is Woobles. I think this is the actual Woobles brand. The green is the Michaels Loops and Threads tube yarn. The purple is the DIY Lion Brand Glow Chenille yarn. These eyes are all the sinkable eyes that I have linked 100 times from Amazon. They're in my Amazon store. So if you look in the description box, it says my Amazon recommendations. If you click that, it opens up this storefront that I created for you guys. And I put all of my favorite things that I've actually used and tested. There's a couple storage things in there that I haven't used, but just for recommendations for storage from me. But all of the tools, all of the eyes, all the amigurumi kits, all of the yarn that's in there, I have tested and said, hey, I like this. The crochet hooks, all that. The eyeballs are the sinkable eyes. They're in there. So if you're ever looking for those, they sink down into the head, and it just gives it, I don't know, like a baby eyes. Like, it's just like, you know, these are my favorite eyes, and these were actually gifted to me. But I do have to order more because I'm out of the backing. And yes, I could color the eyes myself. I could. And I may. I'm going to get some glitter nail polish and just make my own eye colors. But so I made the little firefly. And then I made the ladybug. And you guys may remember, if you watched that video, because I was talking, they don't have on the market anywhere that I have seen a Wooble style yarn that is sparkly on the market yet, but hopefully it happens. Okay, I had this in stash, and this was $6.99 for this little tiny thing that is mostly a cardboard tube inside. And this yarn is glittery, and let me pull the label out. This is Peria Bousse. This is the yarn. This came from Michigan Fine Yarns, which is an LYS shop in Michigan. And this is the story of a girl cried a river and drowned the whole world. Was made in Istanbul, was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. So it's 92% polyamide and 8% metallic. It's got a good stretch to it, which is why I thought it was a good candidate for the Woobles yarn. But then when I tested it, it was way too thin. So what I did is I took a bunch off of the spool and I held it double. And I crocheted with it like that, the same way I would crochet with the Woobles yarn, and got a glittery ladybug. So sometimes it's all about making do with what you have. Okay, we don't always have to buy all the new yarns to get the effect we need. Sometimes we can go in our stash and find something that is sufficient. Oh, my phone is almost charged. It just buzzed, and I don't know why there's not a notification on there. So the idea, like I said, the inspiration, what I was trying to aim for was Wooble style looking. They had glow-in-the-dark bugs and they had glittery bugs in this one kit together. And so I think I have replicated that for a fraction of the cost. So all the glow-in-the-dark yarn that I purchased, which is the only thing I purchased to make any of these bugs, and I also got 4 skeins of a really nice acrylic yarn from WeCrochet. And the whole order, including shipping, was like $40. So for $40, I can replicate all of those bugs several times over again, probably 10 times over again, and make other stuff just by using a photograph on the internet and a yarn alternative. So this is my ladybug. She's super glittery in her shell, and she got a little head tilt happening, but she also needs antenna. I know, she needs antenna. I will give her antenna because she is missing the antenna. But so those are my bugs that I made this week. Now, this next thing is absolutely going to get charged real quick because she glows too. And she is going to be a tutorial here on the channel. Now, I'm going to tell you with the glow-in-the-dark yarn from Lion Brand, the pink one sucks. It barely glows and it does not hold a charge. And the reason I'm telling you that is because the tail on this cute little thing is made from the pink yarn that's supposed to glow, and it barely glows. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the glowing version first. This part is the glow yarn, and I got to get that close so you can see it glows. Her face absolutely glows really good, and her hands glow really good. Okay. Now, if you don't know what a glowworm is, this is a glowworm. I grew up with glowworms. My little sister was obsessed with glowworms growing up, and we watched the Glowworms Christmas movie every year, which is still on YouTube. Go look it up. It's really, really stinking cute. And there's a glowworm in there that looks just like this, except he wears green. Okay. And this is going to be a tutorial here on the channel this week. I'm already working it out. Her tail glows in the dark. Her hands and her face also are the glow yarn. I was debating on using the pink glow for her face and hands just because it's closer to a skin tone. But because the pink is so pink and because it does not glow real good, I used the white glow yarn for her face because it glows a lot. And that's the whole point of the glowworm, is their face glows up when you push their stomach. And the one little man had when he was a baby, when you pushed his stomach, the face lit up, but it also played music. And he loved that thing. He carried that baby around everywhere with him all the time. And so I wanted to make her. And these eyes that Eva sent me are absolutely perfect. These are Amazon eyes. I'm going to link these below with the tutorial for her. Along with the Lion brand yarn, if you want to buy the Lion brand glow yarn. And then the pink yarn was just the Woobles yarn. But again, I told you guys yesterday that Hobby Lobby has a dupe for half the price per yard. So that you can get the pink. You can do it in blue. I want to make one in blue, and I want to make another one in green. I think the one for the tutorial is going to be in green because that's more traditional. And I don't know if I'm going to do the tail glowing again because I feel like that's a little unnecessary, but the face and the hands absolutely are going to glow in the tutorial. And we're going to use the same eyes with the pink on it because that's all I have. But I'm really proud of her. She's really stinking cute. And this is going to segue into the next thing that I'm going to show you. There is a designer on... She's on Instagram. I can't remember if it's Jess Likes Toast or Jess Loves Toast. Let me go to my Instagram. I have been communicating. Jess Loves Toast. Jess Loves Toast. Okay. She is making. She saw I posted a video of this, and she's all, "Oh my god, I'm making a glow squirm." Okay. I don't know what a glow squirm is, but she's making one. And so she actually wants to send me this when she's done testing it out. And I will absolutely make it. But hopefully she will also make my glowworm. And we can like just, you know, do a little on the side collab thing. That's not an official collab. But this makes me laugh because the head kind of looks like an onion, but it also looks like a sperm. And it's called Glow Squirm. So it makes me laugh hysterically. And if you don't have a dirty sense of humor like I do, then you're not going to like the part where I say, when I first started making this, I thought it looked like a butt plug. I kid you not. I was working on it and I'm showing everybody, what is this? What is it? They all laughed. They all agreed that it looks like a butt plug. Okay, it does. I'm not going to talk about it. But it did. And I almost closed it off and sat it on my desk just to humor myself. I'm going to be real honest. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's the last we're going to talk about that. But I also am going to make her glow squirm when she releases that pattern. So I'm going to be doing the tutorial for this week, and then I encourage you to go check her out because what I'm about to show you next is also her design. She messaged me several weeks ago, but on Instagram they have all these folders. Okay, so for your mail, you can, if it's one of your friends or somebody you've communicated with before, it goes to your main mail. And then there's, where are the other names of the mail? It's so stupid. It's so irritating. So we have primary, which is where my friends and stuff go. Then we have general, which is a whole nother list of people that have messaged me. Okay, and then there's channels. So Jake Wesley Rogers is up there because he contacted me. And then over here is requests. Okay, and apparently there's requests in there even now. And then in the request things is all story replies or hidden. And the hidden ones are usually people trying to scam you or get you to click on their porn links. Oh, that's what that almost always is. I don't know who Brent is, but Brent messaged me. Something about a clay whisk. Delete, because I don't do that kind of stuff. Let's bring beauty into the world together. Teresa messaged me. I don't know what that is. It's a lady in a bikini. Hey, Cinnamon Stitches. Ma'am, how are you today? And it's a man. And usually that's guys. Usually I get a lot of messages from men. Especially when I post a picture of myself by myself. And it's usually men from, like, Africa who are like, hey, beautiful, how are you today? And so they always put something about God in there, and then they always put something about they want to be friends, and then they tell you they love you, and it's like all this stuff. And first of all, I'm married. Don't call me beautiful, because I will cuss you out. And if you say something stupid, I guarantee I'm going to go over there and be like, well, my husband, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee. But anyway, Jess Loves Toast emailed me, and it went into one of the one of those 3 spam folders. So I didn't see it. And she's all, hey, I love you, I watch you, etc., etc. I have a pattern for a it's Gossamer the Ghost. Now, if you know Cinnamon Stitches, I love Halloween and all Halloween things. Okay, I do. Matter of fact, we went on a hunt to find jack-o'-lanterns that are actually watermelons from watermelon, yeah. Watermelon jack-o'-lanterns from Walmart. Juju finally found them, and they are in my kitchen right now because they are watermelon jack-o'-lanterns, and they make me ridiculously happy because I love Halloween, okay? And it's Summerween, and we're just going with it, okay? Yeah, I realize a lot of people are doing Christmas in July. I'm doing Summerween, okay? We're gonna deal with it. So she sent me her pattern for Gossamer the Goat. Well, she messaged me and asked if I could test. I was like, I would love to test. By the time I responded back to her, it had been like 3 weeks, and she's already out. But I love you so much. Here's the pattern. She emailed it to me, which thank you so much, Jess Loves Toast, because her stuff is cute. Okay. I decided to use the Lion Brand Glow Cozy yarn, and it's made him really tiny. Her pattern makes it with chenille yarn, which I will show you in a minute because I made him out of chenille yarn too. But the chenille yarn does not glow in the dark that I used. Okay, so he glows in the dark. We're going to charge him up. Okay, I really, really, really like this ghost, and I'm going to show you why in a minute, okay? He glows. He glows beautifully, and I like that he's blue. But I'm going to charge his backside too, because what you're going to see is like the whole thing of why this ghost is special. Okay? He's special. Look at his booty. He's got a butt. And the butt is optional. You don't have to actually do the butt. But look at his little booty cheeks. Oh my god, he's so cute. He makes me laugh. And Mr. Cinnamon he took the kids to a concert. Like, he drove them to the concert up in Baltimore. And I was in bed. Lucas was asleep. And my niece was downstairs asleep. And I was just by myself. And I was just chilling. It was quiet for the first time in weeks. I had all 4 dogs laying next to me in the bed. I had yarn in my fingers. I was a happy camper. And I was working on my little Gossamer the Ghost. Okay. And then I gave him a booty, because the booty is everything, right? He just tickled me, right? And he does, I mean, not just does he have a butt, he looks slightly inappropriate from the backside, okay? But the butt cheeks is what does it, okay? And because he's a ghost, it's a booty, which is just hilarious to me, okay? It's funny. So this is the actual size that he's supposed to be if you use chenille yarn, which is what the pattern, and do you see how well he stands up? Okay, he stands up. He stands up. Oh, Of course, you're gonna fall over now. He stands up. They both do. Because she designed it so that they're like flat on the bottom. I really, really like Gossamer, okay? I'm gonna make a bunch more of these. Now, the reason he's covered in flowers is because he's not an actual ghost. He's just wearing his mom's good sheets. But he too has a little junk in his trunk. Boom! Look at his little tushy. Squeak, squeak. Isn't he cute? And look at, he's kind of fat. He's got a belly. I am so stinking in love with these guys. And he's kind of like looking to the side like, am I going to get in trouble? I stole my mom's sheets. Is she looking? This is the Bloom Chenille yarn from Premier. I don't know what color it is because the label is still in the shelf because I left it in the shelf because I pulled the skein out, the label stayed. I'm like, I could stay in there. I'm using the yarn. And out of one ball of yarn, I could probably make 2 or 3 ghosts. And I'm just obsessed with Gossamer the Ghost. So when she releases the squirm, the glow squirm, you better believe I'm making that. You better believe I'm making that. Go check out Jess. Jess Loves Toast. Go purchase her Gossamer the Ghost pattern because it's worth every penny. It's really well written. It's easy to follow. The only thing is she started the pattern, it says slip stitch instead of slip knot to start it, but I easily figured out it's supposed to say slip knot instead of slip stitch. Or maybe she meant to say slip stitch and I don't know, but I just did a slip knot. It's fine. Ain't it cute? Boom! Boom! I don't know, the butt gets me, okay? It says all I've made this week. However, I told you guys I am working on a blanket using yarn from Ice, which is up here. And I had a couple people ask me for the number because they want to order some. I don't know. So this is the number. The blanket, this one, they look like 2 different colorways. I promise you they're the same colorway. The blanket has all the neon colors in it, and what I'm doing is I'm making little 5-row granny squares and doing the join as you go. And as of right now, I have 8 squares across, 3 rows down, and I have 2 additional. So what is that? What is 8 times 3? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I have 26. Yeah. Right? No. I have 28. Because 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 10, which would be the 8 plus the 2. Yeah, that's how my math, I do math differently than you do, okay? So it would be 28. Yes, because 8 times 2, no, 26. 26. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 10 is 26. There's 26 squares so far on my blanket, but it is upstairs because it is a bed project for when I can't manage to do anything else, but I just want to crochet. I put a square or 2 on every night, and this is the yarn that I'm using. The first one got sent to me in Happy Mail, which is the one that's upstairs that I'm working on. This pack and the pack back there, there's another one right here I ordered, and this is the color number on it in case you want to search that in Ice. It's turning out beautiful. Every single square is incredibly different from the next, and while they're all the same neon colors, one square will be like shades of hot pink. The next square next to it will have a little reminiscent of the pink as it fades into maybe orange. The next one next to that will be yellow. The next one next to that will be green with yellow on the outside. And the next one next to that will be pink with like blue on it. It's coming out beautifully. Beautifully. And because this yarn, I'm not affiliated with Ice. I'm not. I don't even order Ice very frequently. I think I've only ordered from them 2 or 3 times in my life. And like I said, this yarn was initially gifted to me, and then I bought more, not realizing I already had one that was gifted to me. Actually, I think she gifted me 2 of them. Yes, because there's another one. Maybe, maybe not. I thought I had 2 of them. I still may. I don't know. I ordered this forgetting I had some on my shelf. I was like, that looks exactly like the yarn I already have. Not realizing, as we do. And like I said, these look like 2 different colorways. They're the same colorway, but they're just wrapped differently. And these yarns are, it says it's a 3-weight. No, it's not. It's a 2-weight. It says it's a 2-weight. It's a 2-weight. Do with that what you will. A 5-row granny square is this big. And I'm using like a 3mm crochet hook. So it's going to take forever and a day to finish the blanket, but it's one of those long-term projects that I'm doing just for my own benefit. So I'm working on that. All right, now here comes the part of the video that we talk about other things other than crochet and yarn. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you an update for what I have planned this week, because like I said, I'm planning a tutorial for the glowworm for some point in this week, and I'm also going to do a video this week answering questions, because I have had a lot of people who are probably new to the channel and don't understand. Like, they're asking a lot of questions. Why are you moving? Are you guys really moving? What's the purpose of the move? Why do you need to move right now? What is going on? Where are you moving to? Is Mr. Cinnamon switching his jobs? What are you going to do? Like, I want to do a video just on that to answer those questions for anybody who is new or anybody who hears me talking about us moving in the future. I can just direct them to that video, why we need to move, okay? Why it is necessity, why it is so important to me specifically, and all of that stuff. Oh, also, I have a little bit of good news. I already shared this with the Facebook members. My niece got an apartment. She moves on August 15th, right after my birthday. Her very first apartment ever in life. Now, it is a college apartment. So, it is an apartment that has 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in it. And the common area is shared by those 4 people, but they will each have their own bedroom and bathroom. And what this means for me, if you guys watched any of last week's video and saw how stressed out I have been, this takes a huge load off of my chest, because it is a year-round apartment, which means she moves out, she's moved out forever. That's it. She's on her own. And when she came back, and if you don't know, if you're new here, I'm going to do a recap. My niece is 21 years old. She just graduated with her teaching degree, and she's going back for her master's degree in behavioral something or another. I have helped raise her, and she's lived in my household for a very long time. Off and on, throughout her entire life, she's been in my house. Because she had a really rough child, like, she had a bad childhood, okay? I believe she's on the spectrum. I've always thought that. She's high functioning, but she has some things that are absolutely a struggle to her that she probably needs help with, and she refuses to do anything to get that done. And I never had legal custody of her, even though she was living in my house. I was completely 100% raising and supporting her. I didn't have insurance on her because I didn't have legal custody. I couldn't do these things when she was a child. So as an adult, she needs to do these things to get tested for autism specifically, and get help and get counseling, which is vital for her right now in her life. Okay, I'm pushing for these things because she's 21 years old. Okay, she doesn't have a driver's license yet, doesn't have a car yet. We are really trying to get that done before August 15th. She has all the finances in line. She's already paid for the apartment deposits. She's paid for the first month's rent. She's already got all that taken care of. She has money in the bank to pay cash for a car. I just need to get her driver's license and some things worked out for her. And it's a time crunch. When she came back, when she graduated, she expressed to me the second year in a row now how much she hates living in my house. She has nowhere else to go. She doesn't feel like this is her home. She doesn't feel like she's not, honestly, when you've been out to college on your own for 4 years, you have to go live back with your parents. It sucks. Because in college, you don't answer to nobody. You set your own hours. You get up when you want. You eat what you want when you want. You do however, like your life is your life. When you come back into your adults' parents' houses, this is my house. I run things. I say when dinner is here. Do I care if she comes and goes at whenever she wants? Nope. I wish she would. Go make some friends. Go out into the world. I don't even care if she went and had a drink at the bar. I kind of do, because she shouldn't do that, because we all have a history of a whole bunch of alcoholics and drug addicts in our family. So that actually I do frown upon a little bit, but I honestly, she's 21. Go do something. Make mistakes. It's okay. We all did it. Anyway, she got her first apartment, and I'm so happy for that, because when she came back and expressed to me how unhappy she was here, I told her, I said, cool, let's make a deal then. You're not coming back. After the summer, we're done. You're not moving back to my house ever. You are going to go out into the world and you're going to go do your thing. And she very happily agreed, because that's what she wants. It's what I want. That's what everybody in my house wants. Go be in the world. So her having this apartment, it's a 1-year lease. She can renew it next August. Go live. I will come visit you whenever you want. You want to come home for the weekend, I will come get you. Or you can drive your car that we're working on her doing. And then I don't have to drive anywhere. But you know what I'm saying? It's not going to change that I'm still her mom, her aunt, but still her mom. I'm the person she calls when she's sick. I'm the person she calls when she's stressed out. I don't know who you are. I am. Yes, ma'am. Go get your mama. Juju, call Ponyo. Go get mama. She's scratching at my door. Now Scarlett's there with her. You ain't coming in, Missy. Go get your mama. This is huge. This is huge. I'm not only happy for her, because I know it's what she needs. I know it's what she wants. I know this is what's best for her. She's trying to get in here. Just take her. Just take her. What? Do you need something? Okay. I don't think I need anything. Thank you for offering, though. Juju's running to the grocery store real quick. But also, this takes one of those weights off of me, because we are planning on moving, and she doesn't have a bedroom here. I don't have, if I could essentially clear out my office and give her my bedroom, but I need the office to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did offer her to sleep in here. She rejected that. She would rather sleep in the living room, and she has like a big giant closet that all her stuff is in. She has space for her clothes, for everything. She just sleeps on a mattress in the living room, which, I mean, my little sister slept on a mattress on the floor for years, because, again, we didn't have room in the house we grew up in. I shared a bed with my older sister my entire life practically, and my little sister slept on the floor. That's just how some people have to live. And I know there are judgmental jerk-offs that have things to say about that, but it is what it is, and you do what you can with what you have, okay? And so that was a factor in the next house, and she actually asked me, she's all, am I going to have a bedroom in the next house? No, you're not. I'm not even planning for Juju in the next house. Y'all are adults. My next house is probably going to be smaller. I need room for my studio. Lucas needs a room. Me and Mr. Cinnamon need a bedroom. And you guys are adults. So no, I'm not going to buy a big giant house for you to live with me temporarily. And they're leaving, so I'm watching Ponyo because she's still at my door. So this is a huge relief for all of us, and I think she's going to be so much happier in her own place. I just hope that she's in an apartment with people who are school oriented and not partiers and not jerks and not bad people, because I know that that's a possibility, but also like the real world, you know. And I told her that this is such an easier way for her to ease into adulthood than what me and Mr. Cinnamon went through. And him and I kind of got thrown into the world, and we didn't know what we were doing, and we didn't have assistance, and we didn't ease into college and ease into being on our own. Whereas when her first 4 years of college, her first year she had an RA to go to if there was a problem. There's somebody there. The next 3 years she was the RA, so she was the one mothering all the other people. She's good at taking care of kids, which is why she got the teaching degree. And she's very, she just wanted everybody to stay safe and be happy and be well adjusted. And her last year, she actually had quite a few kids coming to her for advice, to talk, to sit in a room and hang out, to talk about their anxiety or their stress or their boyfriends or whatever, because they needed someone. And I think being at college can be really scary and actually can be harmful to some kids because they feel alone and isolated, but also it could be a really good experience to ease them into adulthood, learning to schedule themselves, learning to manage their time and their everything. There's so many lessons that are learned through that. And then I think this apartment is just the next step up for her to ease into being on her own. I told her I had to co-sign for the apartment. I know a couple of you were concerned about that. I'm not at all concerned about that. She not only is incredibly financially responsible, which is why she has the cash in her account to pay for her car outright and insurance, and she put all the money down for her apartment herself. She works hard. Job-wise, 100% she puts into. School-wise, she puts 100% into. She's probably gonna be stressed out and tired, and like, she's gonna have emotional issues to deal with that. That's life, though. That's life, right? We all go through it. I was stressed the heck out all last week. I was stressed the heck out, okay? Like, it's life. She'll manage. But I'm not worried about her not paying the bills and dropping it and leaving me to pay her bills, even though I co-signed for it, because I know her. And first of all, she's terrified to disappoint anyone. And she would be terrified to disappoint the landlord. She would be terrified to do that. She doesn't spend unnecessarily, or she's very, like I said, she's responsible for money. But also, more than that, she's scared to make me mad. She doesn't want to, she does not want to make me mad. She does not want to do, and I already straight up told her, I said, I'm co-signing for you, but I'm not paying a single one of your bills. You need to understand that. She thought, she was insulted that I said that. I would never do that to you, Aunt Jenny. Just saying it out loud so you understand, if you screw up your bills, that's on you. And if I have to come in even once and rescue her, oh, she's paying me back immediately. I promise you. So that's not at all a concern to me. I know that's not her personality. So that is huge. That is a big weight lifted off my shoulders, her shoulders. The entire family is happy and excited that she's going to be on her own forever now. Like, I've put her into the world. She's in the world now. Now, does that mean if she falls on really, really hard times and something happens that she can't come home? No. But if she comes home, she's going to be like, okay, you have 2 months to get your crap together and get back out there. Because that's all I'm given, 2 months. And that's with all my kids. All my kids know this. When you're in the world, you're in the world. I prepare them and let them go. And then when you're on your own, you're on your own. I will gladly pick up the phone if you need advice. I will help you out in any way I can, but you're responsible for your own bills. And I've done really good at teaching them how to manage money. Okay? That was goal number one, because when me and Mr. Cinnamon got started, we didn't know nothing but nothing. We moved in together. We had one pillow and one blanket that we shared, which means we slept on the floor very close together to share a regular size pillow. We had to go to Family Dollar and buy a spoon and a little cheap $5 pot so that we could eat ramen noodles. And together, we learned how to manage food budget, which I'm really good at. I do a lot of Aldi shopping, bargain shopping for groceries. I go to 3 different stores if I need to, because if I go to one grocery store, it's $500 every 2 weeks. If I go to 3 different grocery stores, it's $200 to $250 every 2 weeks to feed 6 people sometimes, because I'm good at managing my grocery budget, okay? And I've instilled that in them. I've taught her to shop at Aldi. I taught her how to shop, what to shop for, when to shop for it, how to manage your food budget, how to make things stretch. Like I tried to teach this to my older sister, and she didn't listen to a word I said. So there's that. That's huge. That's really good. Really, and you can see like I'm much lighter. That's one less thing I got to worry about. Also, Lucas, go find something to do. Nope, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Let's move on to the health update, because I do actually have a change in my health update. If you don't know, if you're new here, I am on Zepbound. It is a medication that helps me lose weight, and I'm not doing it for vanity reasons. I'm doing it to manage my blood sugar, because I am a type 2 diabetic. And twice now, I've gotten my sugar so out of control that I was supposed to be hospitalized 2 times. I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to go blind, because I've also had vision problems. When my sugar gets high, my eyes are just done. Okay? And also my feet immediately start acting up when my sugar is high. I'm not trying to get my feet cut off, and I'm sure not trying to go blind. So, diabetes management, #1 priority in every single thing I do or say or eat or whatever. That to be said, I stopped increasing the dosages, and I'm just at a pause here. We're at 10 milligrams of the Zepbound, because I might actually go backwards. I don't feel good on the 10 milligrams, and I am having a real hard time managing symptoms, because with the other lower doses, I had a very specific schedule where I could predict how I was going to feel on what days based on when I took the shot. That reminds me, I was supposed to... No, I'm not. Today's Mr. Cinnamon's day to take his, not mine. I'm talking to you guys because it's Monday makes, and I forgot, oh, I'm supposed to take my shot on Monday. No, today's actually Friday in my world. I just totally confused myself because I'm so in Monday mindset. Anyway, I weighed myself this morning. I was stuck. I was stuck for like 3 weeks now. I haven't lost, I haven't gained, I was just stuck. And the doctor said that that's normal, that happens. For some reason, the last week, week and a half, 2 weeks, even though I haven't increased my medicine, it is making me feel real yucky. Like, I don't feel good. Zero appetite. Eating small amounts of food makes me feel sick to my stomach. So I haven't been eating a whole lot this week. And the only thing I can seem to tolerate is microwave popcorn. And for some reason, when I started eating a bag of microwave popcorn every day, I started dropping pounds like that. So, my weight loss total at this point is 42 pounds. Ooh, applause. I'm really happy about that. I'm happy it's back on the downswing. I still have a really long ways to go. I'm still over 300 pounds. I still have a ways to get to 300 pounds. When I started this, I was 359 pounds. And like I said, I have no intention of doing this for vanity purposes. I'm not trying to be skinny. I would really just love to be under 300 pounds. I would really love to not think about food all the time, which this medicine absolutely has helped me. And I would absolutely love to just be able to manage my diabetes without medication, which this medicine also has helped me to do. I have been able to stop 2 blood pressure medications and my diabetic pill just from the shot. And I only take it once a week. And I've had a couple people reach out to me with questions and concerns and with they want to do this medication, but they're scared, or other people criticize them for it. And I have had a few people say, those medicines are not good for you. Diabetes ain't good for me, ma'am. Diabetes ain't good for me. And it's none of the medicines that I have been on are actually good for me, but they keep me alive. And the fact I was able to come off of those medications, and some of the side effects for the medications just for my blood pressure, I was on a blood pressure medication for 10 years that made me have all of the listed symptoms of lupus for 10 years. Do I have lupus? I don't think so. My mom had lupus, so I am a candidate to possibly have lupus. She also had fibromyalgia. Another thing, I am a candidate. I could possibly have fibromyalgia. Do I want to get tested for either of those things? No. Do I tell the doctor all my symptoms? No, because I'm scared of doctors and I don't like doctors and I don't want to be on more medication. And right now, in this time in my life, I feel okay. Don't criticize me. Don't tell me I need to do this, I need to do that. I know what I need to do. I'm fully aware. Does that mean I'm going to do it? Probably not. Because I'm just trying to manage right now. And I'm just trying to... There's so much on my head as a mom of a special needs child, of a wife, of a content creator, of a homeschooling teacher. There's so much on my head every day that I'm doing the very best that I can manage. Okay? So keep that in mind when you comment. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying. Am I perfect? No. Do I realize the risks? Yeah. Do I realize what I need to be doing? Yes. We're taking baby steps through life. Okay, that's all we can do. So, all right. Also this week. So this week I showed you in the Sunday video, I bought some stuff from Hobby Lobby. So that's going to be a video. So this week we're doing the Monday Makes, which is today. At some point this week, we're going to discuss why we're moving, why, and all those questions. I'm going to do a video on the Hobby Lobby amigurumi kits. I'm going to give you honest opinions. I'm going to tell you if I think they're just the loops and threads kits all over again, if they're garbage, if they're worth the money, where the value can come from those kits, all that good stuff. And then we're going to do a tutorial for the glowworm at some point this week. And maybe, if I have time or I can fit it in, I'll do one of the other bugs as a tutorial as well. He's upside down. We'll do one of those too. And I know not everybody likes amigurumi, and a lot of you are like, I don't like doing amigurumi for whatever reason, and I understand because I used to hate it, okay? I used to hate amigurumi because it would hurt my hands so bad, but I learned, there's a big learn, okay? I don't have to pull my stitches as tight as I thought I did. I just need to either use a smaller hook and a fatter yarn, and sometimes pulling those extra tight stitches makes your holes bigger because it thins the yarn out. So I'm learning a lot, and at this point in my life, I'm really, really enjoying it. And if you don't, just bear with me. I promise you we'll get back to like other stuff later in the year. This is just one of my symptoms of my ADHD, is that I hyperfixate. I find something that I just love and I just want to absorb everything about that thing right now, and amigurumi or that. I am hyperfixating on amigurumi. I am trying to input as much information as I can about yarns, about kits, about pattern designers, about techniques, and my brain is like, ooh, I can't get enough. I can't get enough. It like lights up parts of my brain that have never been lit up before. And 2 months ago, hated amigurumi, hated Bernat blanket yarn, hated chenille yarn, and hated it. And right now, I am just enjoying the ride of the amigurumi. Ponyo, stop that! She's biting the framing on my door, trying to get in. She feels alone. Grammy has left her. Now she's laying on a towel outside the door. A towel that's been there for 2 weeks, but nobody sees it to pick it up. And I'm like, well, it's not my towel. Eventually I will pick it up. But the dogs keep laying on it. So it's like, hey, it's a dog towel now at this point. So, yeah. I think that is all I have to cover today. I do have a couple of orders coming in. So those also will be videos that will be scheduled in at some point. So if one of the yarn orders comes in this weekend, I will probably use that for the Friday yarn porn video. I have yarn coming from Amazon that I saw on Creative Grandma that I want to try out. And so that will be a video when that comes in. I ordered an amigurumi book from Amazon from the Prime Deals day that was last week. Prime Days deals from last week. So I ordered the yarn on a Prime Day deal and the amigurumi book on a Prime Day deal. And then I placed an order from Michigan Fine Yarns because they had a new yarn with new colors come out, which was beautiful, but I didn't have the money. And then I got an email that said, you have a good portion of reward points on Michigan Fine Yarns website that expire for your birthday. Use them before your birthday. Well, my birthday is August 9th, so I bought myself yarn using the reward points that I did. I bought the yarn I didn't have the money for, but the rewards points covered most of it. And it's only 2 balls of yarn, but I'm still going to show you and I'm going to tell you about the yarn and tell you once again how amazing Michigan Fine Yarns is. And so that should be coming in soon, and I think that's all I have ordered. Because, well, I say I don't have the money for it, but you guys already know. Like, my money is being funneled towards things for the house right now. So, I'm not broke. Rest assured, I'm not broke. My refrigerator's full of groceries. My bills are paid. All my bills are paid. My extra money is towards house stuff. And so my yarn purchases are going to be much smaller. And it's either going to be really good deals, really good sales, something I absolutely need for the channel. So sorry. That yawn has told me that I need to shut up and go get something to drink and go do other work because I'm tired, clearly. And with that, Mr. Cinnamon actually should be home from work soon. He is, as of the recording of this video, getting ready to go out of town. Oh, my Michigan Fine Yarns order has shipped. She's really fast with shipping. If I order something within the first couple of hours it usually ships, or within the next day it ships. She don't play. She gets her stuff in the mail pronto. By the way, the owner of Michigan Fine Yarns is named Swarin, and she is delightful. She's the sweetest lady. If you've never heard of Michigan Fine Yarns, it's michiganfineyarns.com. They're in Livonia, Michigan. It is the nicest, most beautiful, most elegant, yarn-packed yarn store that I have ever been into. And I have never had a negative thing to say about Michigan Fine Yarns. She has... I've talked with her several times. She has talked to me about, she has a lot of people come into her shop, and because local yarn shops tend to have knitting specific things, but also expensive high-end yarns, wools, bamboo, like, you know, the fancy bougie linen, stuff like that. She said when she first started, she started the shop because her mom was a knitter. And she wanted to honor her mom, and it was not her thing, but she wanted to honor her mother. And she dyes her own yarn called BB Yarns. She's got a lot going on in her shop. If you live anywhere near Livonia, Michigan, it is worth a 3 or 4 hour drive even. I've had several people drive there. I've driven 9.5 hours to get there, okay? Because I'm from Michigan originally. I was born and raised in the Detroit metro area. I lived there the first 30 years of my life, and then we moved to Virginia 12 years ago. So, no. It was longer than 12. We moved here in 2011. We've been in this house 12 years. Anyway, what was I saying about Michigan Fine Yarns? Oh, she said to me that she's had a lot of people, she watched a lot of people in the beginning come in and go, this is beautiful, and then see the price and go, oh, and then put it back. And she said she realized very early on, specifically being in southeastern Michigan, the economy in Michigan is raw all over the place, and it's very highly, it relies heavily on the automotive industry. When the automotive industry does not do well, the whole state of Michigan, like there's hundreds and thousands of layoffs. The economy is a very ebb and flow with the automotive industry. Like it's very heavily dependent on the automotive industry. And that's one of the reasons we left Michigan, is because I got tired every 2 or 3 years, my husband having to find a new job because he got laid off because the business he was working for closed. That he didn't have anything to do with the automotive industry, but like trickles down and it affects people like a domino set, you know? So anyway, she said she realized early on that like not everybody can afford the higher end yarns. So she started making sure she had yarn at all price points. I've seen yarn in her shop for $3. She has acrylics. She's not afraid of acrylic, which is what makes me really happy, because I use mostly acrylic on the channel because that's what's widely available. It's what most people gravitate towards is acrylic. She carries universal yarns, which also makes me happy. She's where I discovered Koigu yarns, which is fantastic. I have a whole collection of Koigu yarns just from her shop. I discovered a lot of yarns I'd never heard of from her shop. And she also she dyes her own yarn. Like I said, BB yarns, which is gorgeous yarn. And she does beautiful colors. And yeah, I just really enjoy her shop. But also, she's a really nice person. And she's, you know, she's worth shouting out. She's worth giving business to. So with that, check out Michigan Fine Yarns. I will again be talking about them when that order comes in. I wish I had the money to place a big order with her, but I just did not. That's okay, because I do have a lot of yarn from her shop. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.